So JST is simply just sit there. It's a mindfulness practice, and I did not create this. I learned this from my coach, and it's just a practice of stopping and being on your own. Or I do what I call active JST, which is going outside, going for a walk, whether it's on the beach, along the river, in the forest, whatever that looks like. The point being that you're on your own. That is the whole purpose of JST, and that you're not listening to anything when you're doing it. The whole purpose is to just be, to literally just stop. Now, when you do this, you have a couple of different ways that you can utilize it. And particularly as from a human design perspective, JST works extremely well if you're out of alignment to be able to tap into your inner authority. So for me, and how I've used it is whenever I just feel like something isn't working, I know that I need to take some time. And typically I will do 30 minutes. 60 minutes is great if you can do it, but 30 minutes is generally more doable. And literally, I set the timer on my phone, but I put my phone away from me so I'm not tempted to scroll or do any of those things. So I'll put my phone on the opposite side of the room if I'm doing it inside. I have pen and paper, but that's it. Literally, for the first 5 to 10 minutes, your brain is going to be going through a whole to-do list generally. That's at least what mine does.
Mhm.
It's like, what are we doing? Because I have energy, my body is like, we should be doing something. And I'm like, no, we need to be still. And literally what happens after that 5 to 10 minutes is that, that to-do list has been run through, and you're just kind of in this state of observation. At least that's my experience. You can't stop thinking. Anyone that meditates knows this, is that the goal isn't to stop thinking, it's to stop attaching to the thoughts that come through your mind. And that's a much easier thing to do than to try and stop any thoughts coming in. So it's more about observation and just paying attention to what is coming. And then you can ask yourself questions, particularly if you're using your inner authority. So for me, what that would look like is, with a sacral authority, it means that I need to ask yes and no questions or options. I do not make a decision. Like if someone was to say to me, what do you feel like for dinner? I'd be like, I don't know. Right? Like I have no idea. I'm not here to kind of think that up. But if someone was to then turn around and say, hey, Lise, do you want Chinese or Italian? Then my sacral has something to respond to. Then I'd go Italian. Like that would be my initial reaction. So the same thing goes for when I'm doing JST. I'm going to ask yes and no questions or options. And this might look like, from a business perspective, let's say I have about 3 or 4 offers that I'm thinking about, that I've had some ideas about, or I've seen my audience talking about it. I'm like, I should create this. If I'm not sure, then I will literally do some JST and just ask my sacral, which option do I feel the best about? And it will tell me. I have the space for that to happen. But also, if I'm just really not feeling like I'm gelling with anything, I can also just sit and see what comes to me, right? I have an open head center, if we're coming back to human design. So my head center is open, it's white, which means that I have
Mhm.
no shortage of ideas coming to me at any given time. So I sometimes will just do this if I'm not sure what I want to be doing, what direction I'm heading, and just allow stuff to come to me, and I'll just drop them down. But at no time will I take action on any of those unless I am responding to something externally. And all that means is I'm waiting for a sign to come to me that this is an idea for me to take action on. So, yeah, so JST is really just sit there. It's a mindfulness practice. It doesn't need to have any major structure other than you're not to be listening to anything, you're on your own,